Hello, everyone. Pastor Winston here. We're in the book of Matthew, chapter 9, verses 14 through 17 today. And we're looking at freedom from scrupulosity. And I'm going to kind of explain that to you here in just a second. And you're probably going to see it here on your slide in just a second. Let me diminish myself so that he can be greater and I can be lesser. Freedom from scrupulosity. Scrupulosity. An obsessive concern with one's own sins and compulsive performance of religious devotion. So here's sort of the background where Jesus is right here. He's in this environment in which a lot of people thought that, fasting was a way to sort of gain merit with God, sort of a works righteousness. We know that that is totally contrary to the gospel of Jesus Christ. And so that's just not going to work for him. So let's see how he deals with this particular situation. And you see here that, oopsie daisy, it's not good. Then the disciples of John came to him saying, "Why do we and the Pharisees fast, but your disciples do not fast?" Now, some manuscripts say, "Why do we and the Pharisees fast a lot? And your disciples do not fast." But the whole idea here that Jesus is seizing upon is an idea of superiority. Why we do this and that kind of thing. So we have this group of Pharisees, the righteous ones, of which we're a lot alike, and we're going to give them a break, right? And so let's look as he continues his answer to their question. And so Jesus says to them, "Can the wedding guests mourn as long as the bridegroom is with them? The days will come when the bridegroom is taken away from them, and then they will fast." And what Jesus is pointing to two things here. He's pointing to the days of his passion and death. This will be the time to fast. But the second thing he's pointing to is when God would send his Holy Spirit. He says, "Wherever two or three are gathered together, I'll be in their midst." He'll say that in Matthew 18. And in Matthew 28, he says, "I will be with you, even to the end of the age." And so, in this sense, fasting carried too far would seem inappropriate. But Jesus does give freedom. Not a command, freedom to his disciples to exercise their own conscience on the matter. And as we go on, these next two verses are kind of difficult to interpret. No one puts a piece of unshrunk cloth in an old garment, for the patch tears away from the garment, and a worse tear is made. Neither is new wine put into old wineskins. Where it is, the skins burst, and the wine is spilled, and the skins are destroyed. But new wine is put into fresh wineskins, and so both are preserved. What's clear here is the teaching of the gospel of Jesus Christ is new, fresh, and free. Separation, fasting, and other spiritual disciplines, maybe like celibacy, are old. And then there's this wonderful sentence, made larger, but new wine is poured into new wineskins. And both are preserved. And so what does that mean to us, really? Maybe keep the new music alongside the old. Give a tithe, but don't give 10%. Give 9 or 11, you're free. Maybe there's something that your conscience is telling you that, maybe I need to set that aside for a bit. I can fast from that. A year ago, I set aside having a glass or two of wine every night for Lent. It was a good discipline. I wanted to put it in its proper perspective. I just felt like it was to be subjected to Christ, and that's That's what these things need to do. I know one family that takes their cell phones in the evening. They all put their phone, everybody, mom, dad, and the kids, put their phone in a basket. They eat together. They have fun together, play a game, whatever. Then they go get their phones again. But it's a time of fasting and giving a time to the Lord. So, so we have freedom to be ourselves, to develop our own set of disciplines, scruples, if you will, because there's diverse situations, there's diverse needs, there's different personalities that people have, and the divine Lord will determine that for each and every person. So what I want you to do for your homework is to think on these things. George Matheson, there's a hymn by this name, "Make me a captive, Lord, and then I shall be free." Um, Look it up, Google it. Um, but read chapter 8 of Matthew in the light of grace, salvation by grace. And then chapter 9 is salvation by grace into freedom. And see how that all sort of connects. It's a beautiful picture. And I want you to just completely have a great week this week um, and be blessed. Take care and God bless you. God bless you all.